Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Day 2, Session 4 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. And we have all awoken on a absolutely historic morning for swimming in the United Kingdom today. Team GB have won more medals in the pool at Tokyo 2020 than ever before. Hopefully, we will all be incredibly proud of that achievement, and we send our warmest congratulations to all of those athletes. Yesterday we had an absolutely terrific day of swimming, the 400 metres freestyle for the men, the 400 metres individual medley for the women, the 100 metres fly, the 100 back, and the tables today are turned. We've got for you this morning the 400 metres free for the women, the 400 metres individual medley for the men, and then we have the mixed 100 metres breaststroke. So we're all looking very, very forward to that this morning. I'm incredibly delighted to welcome onto poolside our officials this morning. Our referee for this morning's session is Jerry Metcalf. She's joined on the poolside with the starter Stephen Christian. I'm Ralph Munzer, and I'm delighted to be joined here in the commentary box by Chris Maloney. And we shall be starting in the next few minutes, so please do bear with us as our swimmers start to head over to the starting blocks and make those final last-minute preparations before their racing this morning.
And we get this morning underway with event 211, the women's 400 freestyle. Heat number 1, referee. So this event will be swum in a total of 5 heats. Just the 5 swimmers in this first heat. In lane 2 we have Kira Tarplett from Chelmsford. In lane 3 we have Maria Tramontano Wells from Hertford. In lane 4 Nicole Maynard from Basildon Phoenix. In lane 5 Evelyn Gaydon from Team Ipswich. And in lane 6 it's Jade Reed from City of Norwich. All our swimmers in this first heat are in the 12-year age group. Our leader at the moment is Evelyn, 1:14.65. Maria second, Nicole third, and Kira in fourth, separated by 2.5 seconds. Evelyn's lead remaining at about 0.5 second from Maria second, Nicole third, Kira now in fourth. Evelyn Gaydon for Team Ipswich starting to extend her lead a little now as they're coming up to the half distance turn. 0.5 second last time, over she goes, 2:36.95. That lead grew significantly on that last 50. We're up to 3.5 seconds lead now. Jade Reed for City of Norwich moving up into fourth and now actually starting to challenge Maria and Nicole, battling for second. So often with these distance events, the coaches say to them, plan your swim, swim to your plan. Evelyn 3:19.28 going through 2:50, 6 seconds now the lead. Maria now second, Nicole third. Jade Reed very close now in fourth. Jade now coming through to take third and challenging Maria for second, but it is 300 metres down for Evelyn Gaydon from Team Ipswich. 4.00.81. Evelyn's entry time for this event, 5:31.27. Jade now clear in second, her entry time 5:49.10. It'll be interesting to see Jade's splits after this event. Has she been doing some negative splits to make her way from fourth up to second, but it is final turn for Evelyn Gaydon for Team Ipswich, 4:41.45. She's a good 10 metres clear now, so she's only racing the clock. As I said, 5:31.27 entry time. Jade still clear in second now by about 2 metres from Maria Wells in third. Final 10 metres for Evelyn Gaydon from Team Ipswich. That 5:31 is going to take a real battering. She comes in to compete in 5:18.35. Jade Reed for City of Norwich into the final 5. She's going to take second. Her 5:49 becoming 5:31, so an excellent swim from Jade. And third goes to Maria Tramontana Wells. Event 211, the girls 400 freestyle, heat number 2. Referee. In this heat in lane 1, we have Veronica Mikulajewska from City of Peterborough. In lane 2, Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 3, Eleanor McLeod from Putteridge. Lane 4, Maria Stanciu from Chelmsford. Lane 5, Poppy McGill from Putteridge. Lane 6, Bethany Crawley from Team Ipswich. Lane 7, Ella Edwards from Basildon Phoenix. And in lane 8, Sienna Gilman from Norwich Swan. So strong start from Chloe Barnard for Basildon Phoenix in lane 2. She goes through the first 100 at 1:10.42. Ella Edwards also from Basildon in lane 7 is second. And then it's Poppy McGill and Beth Crawley. Chloe pulling out that lead a little bit. It's just under 4 seconds now after the first 150. Ella still second. And can we have all the boys competing in the 400 IM to the marshalling area, please? All the boys competing in the boys 400 IM. Can you make your way to the marshalling area, please? So 200 metres down, Chloe Barnard now leading, 2:26.48. Ella Edwards second. Veronica Mikulajewska for Peterborough in third in lane 1. Being pressed though by Poppy McGill and Beth Crawley, just a metre or so behind. Chloe's lead at 150 metres was 4 seconds. It's still 4 seconds, 4.7 actually. Veronica still in third. 2.5 ahead of Poppy McGill and Beth Crawley. Chloe's entry time for this event was 5:17.6. And going through 300 metres, Chloe 3:44, Ella 3:47. Just under 4 seconds, so not a lot of change in that lead. Veronica just holding on to third. She's starting to be pressed now by Poppy McGill from Putteridge in lane 5. They're into their final 100 metres now. Chloe still clear by some 6 or 7 metres. She's going through the final turn now. 3.9 the gap last time. She's pulled that out a little bit. She turns on 4:21. Ella on 4:28. Chloe kicking hard for home now. Veronica still in third, easing that gap just a little more from Poppy McGill fourth. Beth Crawley just behind in fifth. But it's Chloe Bernard from Basildon Phoenix into the final 15 metres now. She's just racing the clock. 5:17.6. Is she going to go under 5? Just over, I think. No, she made it. 4:59.91 for Chloe Barnard. Coming in to take second, Ella Edwards. And Veronica third goes to Poppy McGill. Veronica taking fourth. Event 211 at the girls 400 freestyle heat number 3. Referee. In lane 1 we have Darcy Gladwell for Team Ipswich. In lane 2, Katerina De Maria for City of Norwich. In lane 3, Sophie Palmer for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 4, Olivia Mahoney for Peterborough. In lane 5, Eloise Cole for Modernians. Lane 6, Annie McLeod for Putteridge. Lane 7, Gracie Parker for Basildon Phoenix. And in lane 8, it's Eva Ives for Hatfield. A much closer heat, this one, than the previous one as we go through the first 100 metres. 3 swimmers turning pretty much together. Eva Ives for Hatfield leading that one, 1:11.30. Sophie Palmer, 1:11.34. Gracie Parker, 1:11.63. Very close indeed. Eva Ives from Hatfield and Sophie Palmer from Basildon Phoenix separated by only 0.1 of a second as they went through the 150-metre mark. Those two a little clear of the battling rest of the field. Coming up to the half-distance turn, it is Eva Ives for Hatfield, just easing a little clear now by a second from Sophie Palmer for Basildon Phoenix second. Gracie Parker also for Basildon in third. And then we have Katerina, Olivia, Eloise and Annie pretty much in a line, battling for 4th, 5th and 6th. Well, that battle for the front has changed. Now it's Sophie Palmer by a whisker ahead of Eva Ives.
Go, Gracie! Yep.
Eva immediately coming back at her though. She's retaken the lead as they come up to the 300-metre mark. Over she goes, 3:46.32, pulled out a 2-second lead on that leg. Sophie Palmer second. She's being caught though by Katerina De Maria now in lane 2. Starting to kick for home now. Coming up to the final turn, it is Eva Ives for Hatfield in lane 8. She turns first, 4:24. Sophie Palmer now in second. She's gone past Katerina. 4th is Gracie Parker. Olivia in 5th. Annie in 6th. They're all kicking for home now. The battle is in lane 2 and 3 between Katerina De Maria and Sophie Palmer. Eva Ives in lane 8, some 4-5 metres clear. Katerina finishing very strongly. She's gone through to take second. Into the final 5 metres though for Eva Ives from Hatfield. She takes the event in 4:58.62. Katerina taking second for City of Norwich and Sophie Palmer third for Basildon Phoenix. And there you have confirmation of the results of Heat 3 on your screens. Event 2-1-1, the girls 400-metre freestyle, heat number 4. Referee. In lane 1 we have Abigail Riches for Norwich Swan. Lane 2, Rebecca Brown for Stowmarket. Lane 4 is Lexi O'Connor for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 5, Ashlyn Foley-Wright for Basildon Phoenix. Lane 6, Victoria Daly for Watford. Lane 7, Georgia Holgate for City of Cambridge. And in lane 8, it's Ella Dawson for Chelmsford. So our early leader as they go through the first 100 metres, Georgia Holgate from City of Cambridge, 1:10.06. 1 second ahead of Abigail Riches for Norwich Swan in second, and Lexi O'Connor, Basildon Phoenix in third. Only 4 or 5 metres separating the first 7 swimmers though. Change of lead there. Abigail Riches for Norwich Swan now leading, but a very slender lead, just 0.12 from Georgia Holgate second. Lexi O'Connor still in third. Lexi O'Connor moving up now to challenge Abigail for second as they come to half distance. Over goes Georgia Holgate, 2:25.59. She's pulled out 2 seconds now over Lexi O'Connor second. Abigail a whisker behind in third, and then Ashlyn in fourth. Georgia Holgate still leading, but Lexi O'Connor is easing up under 1 second's gap now. Abigail Riches still in third. Ashlyn Foley Wright for Basildon Phoenix in fourth in lane 5. They're coming up to the 300 metre mark. Georgia Holgate with that lead being whittled down now, 3:41.88, 3:43.82, under 2 seconds now from Lexi O'Connor. Abigail Riches still in third. Those three a little way clear now of the rest of the field. Lexi starting to make white water now as she is kicking for home, starting to challenge Georgia Holgate. Going into the final turn, has Lexi gone a little early? That gap's down to 1.4 seconds now. Both swimmers kicking hard for home. Abigail Riches over the far side in third, kicking for home too. But Georgia Holgate into the final 25, kicking hard. She's extended her lead a little. Lexi trying to come back at her, but I don't think she's going to do it. 10 metres to go. Georgia Holgate for City of Cambridge. She comes in to take the heat. 5:02.62 her entry time. She goes 4:55.12. Lexi O'Connor taking second. Abigail Riches taking third.
And confirmation of those visual results on your screens now. Moving on then to the timed final of the women's 400 metres freestyle. In lane number 1 from Team Luton, Lila Howard. In lane number 2 from Basildon and Phoenix, Lexi Goodman. In lane number 3, also of Basildon and Phoenix, Gracie Cometti. In lane number 4 from Team Ipswich, Sophie Dowding. In lane number 5 from Chelmsford, Lisa Lieberman. In lane number 6 from Basildon and Phoenix, Daisy Manning. In lane number 7 from Potters Bar, Gabriella Gomez-Pavon. And in lane number 8 from Chelmsford, Kate Cotter. This is your women's 400 metres freestyle timed final. Over to you, referee. You can always rely on Team Ipswich to bring a vuvuzela onto the poolside. But as they're off then, a strong start from Gracie in lane number 3, the orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix, of which we've seen leading the way throughout this competition thus far. And at the 50-metre mark then, Gracie Cometti, 30.67. Sophie Dowding in second, Lisa Lieberman in third. Not much in it there between second and seventh, but Gracie Cometti in lane number 3, starting to break away from the rest of the pack. She had a strong start. Can she keep that pacing up? We shall see in due course. Gabriella Pavon of Potters Bar in lane 7, starting to come up on the right-hand side, but at the 100-metre mark, the quarter posting 106.52, over 2 second gap between Gracie and Lisa, who's in second. Daisy Manning and Gabriella Gomez-Pavon turn at exactly the same time, simultaneously for third position at the moment. They'll be battling it out here, as are all of those girls in 7, 6, 5 and 4. But it still is Gracie in lane number 3 of Basildon and Phoenix doing very well here. Has she extended that lead at the turn, a 1:42.47. It was 2 seconds last time. It has increased quite substantially, nearly 4 seconds there. Sophie Dowding still in second, Lisa Lieberman in third, Daisy Manning in fourth. Not much in it between Gabriella, Daisy, Lisa and Sophie, but it is Gracie Cometti of Basildon and Phoenix speeding away here. As we near the halfway stage then, Lisa in lane number 5, possibly starting to make a counter-attack. 2:20.12, that's the split for Gracie, the 200. Lisa Lieberman in second, 2:23. That gap has shortened by half a second. Sophie Dowding and Daisy Manning in third and fourth. Sophie in lane 4 and Lisa in lane 5, battling that out here for second position. Very strong swims from them so far. The 400, as we said previously, is all about making sure that you have a tactical plan, making sure you get the pace right, having a comfortable pace, and making sure that you have enough speed at the back end to deliver a strong finish. These girls still looking incredibly strong as we come to the final 100 at the turn. Gracie still in the lead in lane number 3. Sophie in 4, Lisa in 5, still battling out. Just looks like Lisa is just pulling in front here as they're about to approach the turn for the 100, the final 100 metres. But at the turn then, it still is Gracie in the lead, 3:35.59. Not much in it there between Sophie and Lisa. Sophie just retaking that second position from Lisa. Lots of fast swimming from these girls, making sure that they're emptying the tank, not too fast, but in a good time as well. But it's still Gracie who is leading here. That lead has shrunk, maybe not as comfortable as she would have liked, as Sophie and Lisa are coming right up on her left-hand side here at the turn. She touches at a 4:12.21. Sophie Dowding still in second, Lisa in third. Not much in it there, possibly a counter-attack here going on from Sophie in lane number 4 of Team Ipswich. It's going to be very, very close here. Sophie really going at it now in lane number 4 against Gracie. Gracie has been leading the way thus far, but it looks like Sophie is just going to overtake her. Final 5 meters now. It's going to be incredibly close on the touch. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Gracie just by a few milliseconds there. 4:47.46. Sophie Dowding did so well to come back there, but just pipped at the finish. 4:47.51. And Lisa Liverman of Chelmsford in 5, touching third. 4:49.33. Oh goodness me, what an explosive final there. Fingernail finish. But looking back at the start then, very strong starts from all of those girls. Gracie was still in front, but it was clear that Sophie was going to be a strong opposition to her there. But look at that stroke, absolutely fantastic. Very comfortable pace for her there. But Sophie then started that counter-attack, and at the finish it was going to be so tight, just by a fraction of a few milliseconds there. Absolutely incredibly exciting there, and confirmed results on your screens now, ladies and gents. Moving on then to event 212, the men's 12 to 14 years, 400 meters individual medley. This will be swum over 4 heats. Heat 1, referee. Four different strokes here. Something is going to happen, of course. But in lane number 3, we have Harry Peelan of Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 4, Charlie Rios of the City of Peterborough. And in lane 5, Toby Lashmer of Basildon and Phoenix. Charlie in 4, flanked by the 2 chaps in the orange hats of Basildon and Phoenix as they turn at the 50-meter mark of this first 100. Harry leading the way there, 38.64. Not much in it though here. Still all to play for. The 400 can be an absolutely debilitating event. It's incredibly tiresome. You need to make sure that you're like the 400 in a freestyle. You need to make sure that you're getting the pacing right. You need to really work every single stroke, and often we see in so many cases breaststroke is that decider event that can really make or break a swim. But Toby Lashmar here, he's looking incredibly strong coming into his first 100 meters, 1:25.38. Harry Penlen in second and Charlie Rios in third. Charlie in 4, looking like a very strong backstroker here as he starts to overtake Harry in lane number 3, but Toby in 5 of Basildon and Phoenix still leading the way thus far. Very strong backstroker indeed from Charlie in lane number 4. Trying to close the gap between himself and Toby in lane number 5. As they come to the halfway stage of the backstroke leg. Toby Lashmar still in first, 13.47 Charlie Rios in second, 2:16.21. Only just less than 3 seconds in between that, but Charlie looking like he's coming back incredibly strongly here. I think the breaststroke is going to be the decider. The coaches will know which strokes these swimmers are best at and which perhaps they're not as strong on. If Charlie is a really good breaststroker, then it's going to be all to play for here. But it is still Toby in the lead as he's coming to the final 5 meters before the halfway stage. So he turns 3 minutes, 0.29. Charlie in second, 3:01.80. That's about a 1.5 seconds in between there. The boys are going to be incredibly tired here. Certainly not a comfortable event, particularly when you get onto the breaststroke, when your arms and legs can be absolutely shattered here. But Toby's doing really well to maintain. That's a nice glide from him. Charlie's stroke rate a little bit higher, which is giving him possibly a little bit more propulsion through the water. Certainly look like he's having a strong breaststroke leg on this 400 meters individual medley. It looks neck and neck at the moment, and we will see at the turn what the difference in time was. It was 1.5 seconds at the last touch. Oh, not much in it at all. 0.15 in it there, and Charlie takes the lead on this breaststroke leg of the 400 meters individual medley. His sights now firmly set on the freestyle leg, the final 100 meters. Toby probably looking into his left, making sure that Charlie's not out of his sight, and it's very, very close here. Not much in it at all. It really is going to be down to who has the most power, who has the most energy on the freestyle. Perhaps even in a jovial sense, who's had the biggest breakfast. But as we said, neck and neck, it looks like Toby is just inching in front here. At the turn, it's going to be very interesting to see. Not much in it at all. So the final 100 meters then for these athletes. They're going to be battling out. They can see each other, no doubt, in the water, trying to inch in front. It looks like Charlie in lane number 4 is just pulling in front of Toby Lashmar in lane 5. Toby had a really strong start here, but it looks like Charlie is overtaking him as they come to the final stages of this 400 meters, the first heat of the men's 12 to 14 years 400 meters. Charlie turns first, Toby in second, 3 seconds, 2.5 in between them now. That gap widening with every stroke of which Charlie is taking now. Looking very, very comfortable here. A high stroke rate from both of these boys as they try to get to the wall. Their sights firmly set on the yellow and black timing pads. One has no doubt. Toby really trying to start a counter-attack here, but is it possibly a little bit too late as Charlie's coming into the final 5 meters now? His time is going to be 6:11.04, Toby 6:13.70. That's a fantastic personal best from both of those boys from the entry time, and we look back now to Harry in lane number 3 as he comes into his final 5 meters of this 400, 6:33.79, his personal best. Just misses out on that 6:35.65 there. Very strong swimming from those chaps there in the water. And the official confirmed results on your screens now. Moving on to heat number 2, referee. In lane 2 of Modernian, Adam O'Neill. Lane 3, Jude Gunner of St. Felix School. Lane number 4, Oscar Winterburn of Team Ipswich. Lane 5, Jamie Wilson of Wisbech. Lane number 6 is Ben Every of St. Felix School. And in lane number 7 is Harrison Brooke of Colchester. Many of these boys will have swum yesterday. One indeed certainly recognises a number of names from the heat sheets yesterday, and at the turn though it's Jude Gunner. He was definitely competing yesterday here, looking really strong on this fly length, making sure that that gap between himself and Oscar Winterburn in lane number 4 is widening. Ben Every of St. Felix in lane 6, also doing fantastically well here. He's in second position at the moment, but as we complete the fly leg, final few meters now for Jude Gunner of St. Felix. He turns on a 1:12.97 onto the backstroke leg for him. Ben Every in second, Oscar Winterburn in third, Harrison Brooke in fourth. About a 4-second gap between Jude Gunner and Ben Every, teammates at St. Felix School. Onto the backstroke leg then. Still it is Jude Gunner in lane number 3 who's leading the way. That gap possibly has shortened between himself, Ben Every and Oscar Winterburn in 6 and 4. And at the turn then, it is Jude Gunner, 1:55.51. Ben Every still in second, Oscar Winterburn in third. Not much in it though there. Jude had a really good leg on the fly, but his teammate Ben Every in lane 6 seems to have a stronger backstroke leg as he's just overtaken him in the water. Oscar Winterburn still in third position here. But a very strong backstroke leg from Ben Every in lane number 6. A lot of catch there from his hands, driving him forward as he turns onto the breaststroke. Jude Gunner and Oscar Winterburn, not much in it there at all, but it is still Ben Every in first position, and he looks like he's a really strong breaststroker here, making sure that he's gliding there, that powerful leg kick. Oscar Winterburn starting to make a move on Jude Gunner in lane number 3. But still in front, it's Ben Every of St. Felix School. That gap starting to widen, particularly on this breaststroke length here. Look at that arm movement, thrusting into the water, really moving him forward. He's turning a 3:31.90. About 3 seconds between him and Oscar Winterburn, who goes in second. Jude Gunner in third position here. Certainly a strong swim from Oscar Winterburn, who's managed to get back in second, who has managed to close the gap, particularly from that backstroke leg, but it is still Ben Every, who even on this 250 metre length is looking incredibly strong here on the breaststroke. Undoubtedly he's going to be quite tired by the end of this, but still doing a fantastic job here in front, making sure that he's still in the lead coming into that freestyle turn then. Final 100 metres then for Ben Every, 4:20.97. Oscar Winterburn in second. Jude Gunner and Harrison Brooke battling it out here for third position. But it is still Ben Every in lane number 6 who's leading the way. Oscar Winterburn doing all he can to try and close the gap, but I don't think we're going to have enough lengths left, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Every still in front, a turn from him, 5:02.96. 4 seconds between him and Oscar Winsburn. Oscar Winsburn really starting to increase his stroke count now. Lots of white water coming from around his body, but Ben Every still looking strong as he's coming into the final 25 meters of this 400. He had a really strong backstroke length which pushed him forward, made sure he cemented the lead in the breaststroke, and now he is going to win heat number 2 of the men's 400 meters individual medley. And he touches on a time of 5:40.36. His entry time is 6:05.30, so absolutely smashes that by over 20 seconds. Oscar Winsburn of Team Ipswich in second, 5:44.63, a good PB from him. And Harrison Brook from Colchester in lane number 7, he's in third. Certainly that breaststroke length helped to push him just in front of Jude Gunner in lane number 3, but Harrison goes a 5:53.60. As we wait for confirmation of the official results once Adam O'Neill in lane number 2 finishes. And there they are, the confirmed results for heat number 2 of the 400 meters individual medley. Moving swiftly on to heat 3, referee. The penultimate heat then of session 3A of this festival of swimming. In lane 1 we have Louis Allen of Basildon and Phoenix. Lane 2, Jacob Lowe of March. Lane 3, Ross DeWilt of the City of Cambridge. His teammate James Williamson in lane 4. Ben Buckley of the City of Norwich. Racing here in his home pool in lane number 5. Samuel Winslow of the City of Cambridge goes in 7, and in 8 of Team Ipswich, Alex Harrop. So looking at the bottom of your screen then, for those watching on our live stream, we have Alex of Team Ipswich in lane number 8, a really strong first fly leg from him. James Williamson and Ben Buckley in the middle in 4 and 5, battling it out here. But at the turn, it is going to be Alex in lane number 8 who's turning first, 1:12.85. James Williamson and Ben Buckley turning simultaneously there on a 1:13.95. The backstroke then is going to be the decider here, with James Williamson just pulling in front of Ben Buckley. Ross DeWilt of the City of Cambridge wants a bit of the action as well in lane number 3. But Alex Harrop of Team Ipswich still in front at the turn though. That gap between himself and James Williamson in 4 is going to have shrunk. In fact, James Williamson turns first, 1:56.35. Alex Harrop in second, 1:58.70. Ben Buckley in third. Not much in it there between second, third and fourth, but still going strong is James Williamson of the City of Cambridge now. His final 25 metres of this 100 metre leg of the backstroke. At the halfway stage then, the splits are going to be for James Williamson, who's turning first, 2:37.69. Alex Harrop in lane 8, 2:40.27. Ben Buckley in third, 2:42.64 here. James Williamson, his stroke rate for the breaststroke then. You can tell that he's working hard on this, trying to get as much forward motion, forward propulsion through the water. Ben Buckley getting into second place, managing just to head in front of Alex in lane number 8. James Williams still in first. Ben Buckley's going to turn second there. James Williamson, though, still working incredibly hard on this breaststroke length. Ben Buckley trying to chase down James in lane number 4. He can evidently see on his left-hand side here as they look forward possibly to the freestyle leg, but that gap has closed somewhat. Not much in it, only a few meters, but James Williamson is still managing to hold first position here. 4:09.969. Ben Buckley in second, 4:12.53. Both of these boys on the freestyle looking very, very powerful, looking like they're working incredibly hard. But James Williamson is still in the lead. Ben Buckley isn't doing enough as of yet to take that first position here. But it all could change on the turn. Williamson still in front. Buckley is going to turn second. As we've seen previously, possibly not enough meters left for Ben Buckley to take the first position. James Williamson still looking strong as he comes to his final 25 meters here. Ben Buckley doing his absolute utmost to try and claw back some ground here, and it's looking incredibly close, but it still is going to be James Williamson of the City of Cambridge who's coming into his final 5 meters now, and he's going to touch first. 5:28.62. Ben Buckley 5:31.20. Oh, that was very, very close. Just Ben Buckley just didn't have enough room to pip James, and Alex Horrop in lane number 8 managing to reclaim third position with a 5:37.53. And confirmed results there for heat number 3 of the men's 400 meters individual medley. You know what this means, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final heat, which is the timed final of the men's 400 meters individual medley. In lane number 1 of Team Ipswich, Patch Robinson. In lane number 2 of Hatfield, Lucas Hartley. In lane number 3 from Harlow Penguins, James Gubinar. In lane number 4 from Colchester, Zach Troman. In lane number 5 of the City of Cambridge, Ryan Wall. In lane number 6 of Team Ipswich, Ben Howlett. In lane number 7 of Flitwick, Harrison Shaw. And in lane number 8 of Colchester, Massimo Guglielmi. This is the final of the men's 400 meters individual medley. Over to you, referee. These are our fastest seeded swimmers here, so we're going to be expecting some incredibly fast swimming. It was a ferocious start here with Zach Troman in lane number 4 of the Colchester leading the way here. He's had a really strong length. even in the first few meters, managed to get just in front here. In lane number 7 though, Harrison Shaw is still going strong. At the turn then, Zach Troman in first, 29.98, sub 30 seconds for him. James Gupinar in lane number 3 is in second, Pat Robertson in third. But Zach Troman having a terrific swim here. Starting to strengthen his lead into the closing few meters of this fly length. Zach Troman turns 106.80. In second, Pat Robinson in lane number 1. Ryan Wall in second, third, James Gupinar in fourth. Not much in it there, but Zach Troman really starting to cement his lead even on the backstroke. He's looking very, very strong here. Possibly the only competition is going to come from Ryan Wall in lane number 5 on this backstroke length. He's looking very strong, managed to reclaim a lot of ground in these last few meters. But at the turn then, it is still Zach Troman of Colchester turning first. Ryan Wall in second, nearly 4 seconds at least behind Zach Troman. James Gupinar manages to reclaim third position here. Pat Robertson not far behind him in lane number 1, but it is still Zach Troman in the lead. Ryan Wall starting to break away from the rest of the pack as well. It's going to be all to play for here, but Zach Troman, is his breaststroke going to be enough to push him over the edge? He turns on a 2:26.82 at the halfway stage. Ryan Wall in second, 2:32.21. Zach having a very strong breaststroke length here. That stroke working really hard, quite a high stroke rate, but it is propelling him forward. Ryan Wall in lane number 5 of Cambridge, still in second. He's trying to reclaim the ground. He's also going very fast on this breaststroke length, but Zach Troman seems to be a jack of all trades. His fly was fantastic. His backstroke was brilliant. His breaststroke is also equally brilliant to that. 3:11.54, widening that gap there. 8 seconds nearly between him and Ryan Wall. Pat Robinson in third, but it is Zach Troman who's going to be turning with a comfortable lead onto the final 100 very, very shortly here. A very comfortable lead from Zach of Colchester. His entry timer 5:15 dead. That may be a conversion for short course, but it's looking very, very comfortable for him. He's turning onto the breaststroke now, 3:57.33. Looking back then, we've got Ryan Wall still in second place, Lucas Hartley coming up to third, James Gupinar in fourth, Pat Robinson slipping down to fifth. But no one is going to be able to beat Zach Troman of Colchester in lane number 4. Lane number 4 is the fastest seed. And in this case, evidently, Zach is most definitely the fastest. He has dominated this for so long. Turns with a very, very comfortable lead here. Heading down, heading for home. Just being reeled in. The final few strokes now, if you have a look at him, he's working incredibly hard. Lots of good, a great freestyle technique there. And Zach Troman comes into his final few strokes now. Him against the clock, his personal best, a 5:15.00. He's going to definitely smash that, a 5:09.15. What an absolutely fantastic swim from him. Ryan Wall manages to secure second place, 5:14.96. James Gupinar manages to get onto that third position, 5:18.27. But Zach Truman dominated that race from the off. That dive was absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure we're going to have a replay of that in a few seconds' time. Just waiting for Harrison Shaw in lane number 7 to finish. But goodness me, what a fantastic swim from Zach. Looking at that replay there, look at that. One of the first ones in the water, that reaction time really worked for him. Backstroke just dominated, made sure that there was a comfortable lead. Breaststroke, a strong swim from him there. Lots of propulsion through the water, and that freestyle length, you know, he just cemented his lead. There was no one in sight. A strong, fast finish, which is what every swimmer strives for in the 400. Ryan Wall there in second, with James Gupinar in third position. The confirmed and official result for the timed final of the 400 metres individual medley up on your screens now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to welcoming you back to session 4B. The stream will start at 10:45, and we've got a fantastic and fast event of the 100 metres breaststroke in that one. But in the meantime, get yourself a cup of tea, have a lovely break from the screen, and we will welcome you back very shortly indeed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to session 4 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming 2021. We had an absolutely tremendous morning of swimming thus far with the 400 metres freestyle and the 400 metres individual medley. Moving swiftly on to something a tad faster now, the mixed 100 metres breaststroke, which should be absolutely fantastic. So we wait for the fast and furious, and we wait to begin. It gives me great pleasure though to introduce our fantastic poolside team. Our referee for today is Jerry Metcalf. She's joined on the poolside by starter Stephen Christian, and it's an absolute pleasure to be alongside Chris Maloney doing the announcing and commentating for the rest of session number 4. So please bear with us whilst we ensure that our swimmers have their last minute preparations, making sure though those hats and goggles are ready in the clear plastic bags. And we will be getting started very, very shortly indeed.
And so we get this session underway with event 213, the mixed 100 metre breaststroke, heat number 1. Referee. So this event to be swum in a total of 10 heats. Just 3 competitors in this first heat. In lane 3 is Mwaba Nkwasa for Norwich Swan, swimming in the SB8 category. Lane 4, Layla Karani of Colchester. And in lane 5, Lilia Burgoyne for Great Yarmouth. And we should point out to all swimmers that this particular event is being swum as a lucky lane. So listen out at the end of each heat, you may win a prize. So Layla turning first, 45.8, Lilia 47.4. 142.06 and 142.69 their entered times respectively. Layla and Lily are both swimming in the 12-year age group into the final 5 metres. Layla Karani for Colchester looks like she's going to take it. That entry time of 142.06, 139.9 for her. Lilia coming in 141, so good improvements there. Into the final 5 metres for Mwaba. And she comes in to complete the heat. Well done, swimmers. Event 213, the mixed 100 metre breaststroke, heat number 2. Referee. In lane 2 we have Lewis Oceanberg for Potters Bar. Lane 3, Lily Colborne for Norwich Swan. Lane 4, Aidan Scott for St Felix. In lane 5, Lily Murrell for Norwich Swan. Lane 6 is Kabir Patel for Potters Bar. And in lane 6, Charlie Hill for West Norfolk. Aidan Scott going well away from us, going into the turn. He leads on 45.78 for that first 50. 2.5 seconds ahead of Lily Colborne second and Charlie Hill for West Norfolk in third. .25 to go for Aidan, that lead of about 2.5, 3 metres. The battle is for second though. Kabir Patel for Potters Bar and Charlie Hill for West Norfolk. Fighting very hard, nothing between them. And they're closing down on Aidan, coming into the final 5. Looks like all 3 are going to come into the touch together. Is Aidan going to hold on at the touch? Yes, he does by 0.32 from Kabir, who takes second, Charlie Hill taking third. Event 213, the mixed 100 metre breaststroke, heat number 3. Referee. In lane 1 we have Rosellen Flannery from Hatfield. Lane 2, Lila Flello for City of Norwich. In lane 3, Daniel Andrews for Halstead. Lane 4, Henry Martin for Hatfield. In lane 6, Isabel Stritton-Tomset for Colchester. In lane 7, Scarlett Mercer, also from Halstead. And in lane 8, Bethany Rumsby for Norwich Swan. I do apologise to Scarlett Mercer. She is actually from Harlow. So Henry Martin first through the turn, just by a quarter of a second ahead of Daniel Andrews second. Isabel Stratton-Tomset for Colchester in third. Lila Flello just a whisker behind those 3 leading swimmers. 25 to go. Making a move now is Isabel in lane 6. 15 to go. She's half a metre ahead. Very, very close between Henry Martin and Daniel Andrews. Fighting hard for second into the final 5. It is Isabel Stratton-Tomset who takes it for Colchester. And at the touch, Henry Martin taking second, Daniel third. That was a lucky lane heat. And the winner in lane 7, Scarlett Mercer. Someone will bring you your prize, Scarlett. Well done. Event 213, the mixed 100 metre breaststroke, heat number 4. Referee. In lane 1, Matthew Phoenix McGlynn for Norwich Swan. Lane 2, Jack Webb for Witham Dolphins. Lane 3, Gabriella Meyer for Chelmsford. Lane 4, Jemima Kimber for Linslade. Lane 5, Ruby Rowland for Great Yarmouth. Lane 6, Eleanor MacLeod for Putteridge. Lane 7, Kian Lee for Peterborough. And in lane 8, it's Forbes Irvine for Dis Otters. Very strong start in lane 4 for Jemima Kimber. She goes through the first 50 in 40.79. Jack Webb second, Matthew Phoenix McGlynn in third. (1:30.78) is the entry time for Jemima Kimber in lane 4. (15 metres to go. She is several metres clear. The battle is for second. Kian Lee for Peterborough currently winning that in lane 7. But in lane 4 it is Jemima Kimber coming in to take the heat. 1:27.7. Excellent time for her. Kian Lee taking second and Ruby Rowland taking third. Event 213, the mixed 100 metre breaststroke, heat number 5. Referee. In lane 1 we have William Frost from Basildon Phoenix. Lane 2, Robert Gore from Bishop Stortford. Lane 3, Eloise Cole for Modernians. Lane 4, Jack Swindale for Peterborough. Lane 5, Poppy McGill for Putteridge. Lane 6, Kiara Broad for West Suffolk. Lane 7, Tylo Ruffles Francis for Stowmarket. And in lane 8, it's William Favour for Chelmsford. Much closer heat, this one going into the 50-metre turn. 4 swimmers almost together. Jack Swindale just by a whisker from Will Frost and Robert Gore. Will Favour also going well in lane 8. .25 to go. Jack holding on to that half-metre lead over Robert Gore in lane 2 and Will Frost in lane 1 over the far side. Robert Gore for Bishop Stortford now challenging for the lead, moving through into first place. 10 metres to go. Will Favour for Chelmsford finishing strongly as well in lane 8. Coming into the touch though, it is in lane 2. Robert Gore who takes it, 1:28.66. Will Favour taking second and Jack Swindale third.
And the official results there for heat number 5 on the screen now. Moving on then to heat number 6, referee. In lane number 1, Oscar Shawani. Lane 2, Catherine Clune. Lane number 3, Joseph Clark. Lane 4 is Nwando Efecho. Lane 5, Ernest Javadu. Lane number 6 is Reese Burns. Lane 7, Hannah Lovelock. And in lane number 8, Abigail Riches. Nwando in lane number 4. She had an absolutely fantastic start there. But it does seem that Reese Burns of Witham Dolphins in lane number 6 is starting to power away from the rest of the pack here as they come onto the halfway stage, 5 metres there. Reese Burns in first, Joseph Clark in second, Nwando Efecho in third. Not much in it, mind you, on a 100 there generally isn't much in it at all, but in the lead carrying on is Reese Burns in lane number 6. He's being chased down by a whole variety of swimmers, including Joseph Clark and Catherine Clune in lane 3 and 2. Certainly Ernest in lane number 5 has him in his sights, as does Hannah Lovelock of Hitchin. But it does seem that Reese Burns is going to be powering through into the last 5 metres here. He has led it from the off, and he's going to be touching on a time of 1:25.64. Getting in that second position, Joseph Clark 1:26.88, and Hannah Lovelock 1:29.01 in third position. And that was a lucky lane heat. So lane number 6, Reese Burns, who's just won the heat, he's going to be having the lucky lane prize. And the official results there on your screens now, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to heat 7, referee. In lane 1, Shad Mohammed. Lane 2, Joe Vestroy. Lane 4, Elizabeth Wright. Lane number 5, Kieran Steery. In lane 6, Nathan Birkenough. Lane 7, Hannah Cushion. And in lane number 8, Jemima Cross there. Looking like a very good start of this 100 metres breaststroke from Elizabeth Wright in lane number 4. She is the fastest seed on a time of 1:22.80. She'll be aiming for a better time than that as she comes to the halfway stage. Elizabeth Wright in first, Mohammed in second, Vestroy in third. All of those going sub 40 seconds there. Elizabeth Wright, her stroke pace really picking up here. A good 100 stroke, she's getting out enough, she's pulling through, catching the water. And you can somewhat see the spearhead formation which is starting to form in the water, particularly on the right-hand side of the pool, where you have Kieran Steery and Nathan Birkenough in 5 and 6 battling it out here. Hannah Cushion is also trying to get in on the action from Hatfield, but it is going to be Elizabeth Wright who's going to be taking the win of this heat here in lane number 4. She's going to be touching on a time of 1:24.66. Mohammed in lane number 1 getting second, 1:25.73, and in third, Kieran Steery gets the third position, 1:26.25. And confirmation of those results on your screens now. Moving on to heat number 8, referee. In 1, Reese Burnell. 2, Molly Grieve. 3, Yosef Habib. 4, Imola Josler. Lane 5 goes Thomas Spielman. Lane 6, Grace Greenhalgh. Lane 7, James Williamson. And in lane 8, Lily Davis. James Williamson had a fantastic swim this morning in the 400 metres individual medley. He's back for the 100 breaststroke. But in the lead thus far is Yusuf in lane number 3 of the city of Peterborough. And he's going to be turning first. Reese Burnell in second. Molly Grieve in third. Reese Burnell in lane number 1, certainly not letting Yusuf in. 3 out of his sight. Looking over to the right-hand side there. But it is going to be Yusuf who's going incredibly strongly here in this 100 metres breaststroke. He's been leading the way from the off. He had a really good start. He had a fantastic first leg, and now he's going to be coming into the wall, finishing off in what will be a good time for him, one assumes. And it is a 1:17.80. He was entered in on a 1:20, so that's a good 2 seconds at least PB for him. Molly Grieve, Grace Greenhalgh in second, and James Williamson of the city of Cambridge in third. Confirmation of those results on your screen now. Moving on to the penultimate heat of this session, heat 9, referee. In 1, Gagan Singh. 2, Samuel Jeffrey. 3, Megan Pye. 4, Isaac Fatura. 5, James Renton. 6, Joseph Burns. 7, Jack McIntosh. And in lane 8, Toby Richardson. Megan Pye there having a very strong start off the block, but it is James Renton of Potters Bar in lane number 5 who seems to be inching in forwards. Megan Pye of the city of Norwich, though, not letting him get off slightly. Samuel Jeffrey of Hatfield just overtaking her on this first leg of the 50. As they come to the turn, it's going to be very, very close for the leadership here. But it's going to be Samuel Jeffrey in first, Megan Pye second, Joseph Burns joint seconds, turning simultaneously. James Renton in fourth. As we come down to the final closing straight, then it is Joseph Burns of Witham Dolphins, James Renton of Potters Bar, Megan Pye, Samuel Jeffrey, all battling down here. It looks like Joseph Burns of Witham Dolphins just heading in front here as he's coming into his final 10-15 meters of the 100 meters breaststroke. Megan Pye and Samuel Jeffrey battling it out here for second place. It's going to be very, very tight on the touch as they come into the final few meters. These swimmers neck and neck here. It's going to be on the fingernail touch, and it's going to be Samuel Jeffrey first, Megan Pye second, Joseph Burns in third. Well, towards that end there, that was incredibly unpredictable. All of those three swimmers just coming in at the touch, and it really was a fingernail finish. Confirmation of the results of heat number 9 there. As we prepare to move on to the timed final of this 100 meters breaststroke. Moving on then to the final event of this session, and it is the mixed 100 meters breaststroke timed final. In lane number 1 from Norwich Swan, Austin Everett. In lane number 2 from Bishop Stortford, David Babcock. In lane number 3 from Hatfield, Luke Payne. In lane 4 from Colchester, Antonio Gublami. In lane 5 from West Norfolk, it's Joseph Wells. In lane 6 from West Suffolk, Luca Page. In lane 7 from Flitwick, Prem Pramar. And in lane number 8 from Basildon and Phoenix, Luke Reed. This is the timed final, the mixed 100 meters breaststroke. Over to you, referee. Great start there from Joseph Wells in lane number 5. Certainly him and Antonio in 4 and 5 are going to be the ones to watch in this. Their time is very, very close together on the heat sheet, but not much to distinguish here. Luke Payne putting in a really, really good performance so far, as is Antonio and Joseph in 4 and 5. These boys right up in front as they come to the 5 meter before the halfway mark. Payne in first, Gublami in second, Luca Page in third. As they come onto the final home straight now, it's very, very tight between these front 3 swimmers. Luke Payne, Antonio Gublami and Luca Page in 3, 4 and 5. It looks like Luca Page is just pulling in front here. As he comes into the final 15 meters here, he's starting to make a real headway against Luke Page and Antonio in 3 and 4. It is certainly going to be Luca Page who's going to be battled out here, but he is coming into his final 5 meters, making that distance. Luke Payne trying to kill all back, but it is going to be Luca Page, 1:13.79. Luke Payne from Hatfield in second position, 1:14.83. And Antonio Gublami in lane 4 in third with a time of 1:16.05. Looking at that replay then, fantastic start from most of those athletes there. It was very, very close coming into the first half of the race. At the turn then, Luke Payne there in the first position, making sure that Luca Page wasn't too far behind, but look at that finish. Incredibly strong there from Luca Page of West Suffolk. And confirmation of those official results on your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that concludes session number 4 of the Swim England East Region Festival of Swimming. So during this time, the swimmers will be able to have a warm down. You'll be able to go and get yourself a cup of tea, get a spot of lunch perhaps, and we look forward to welcoming you back for session number 5 at around 12:15. So please join us then on the live stream. Just a reminder that This live stream and the ones from yesterday as well are all available on the Swim England East Region YouTube channel, so please feel free to have a look there. And of course, all the results from today's events are available online. Go to the Swim England East Region Twitter page and click on the links to get to the final results. In the meantime, I wish you a very pleasant morning. I've been Ralph Munzer, and it has been a great pleasure.